Fiend. Go on.
Right, so for my night one, I'd kick it off with I've went for a ladder match for the US title. I've went Andrade, Priest, LA Knight, Carmelo Hayes, Jim Uso, and Shinsuke. Mainly because I love when WrestleMania kicks off with a ladder match. Same way like WrestleMania 25 used to with the Money in the Bank, but obviously they don't do that anymore. So I felt like starting off with that would be probably the best start of the weekend. Women's tag. I mean, it's not really a match I'd choose to have on WrestleMania, but if there is going to be the women's tag title match, I'm going to say, unless Jade Cargill was to come back, but I'm going to sit with Bianca and Naomi going against Liv and Raquel. Probably the only women's team that I'd probably like at the moment, other than a few NXT ones, but I'd probably say Liv and Raquel's probably be the best match that Bianca and Naomi could have against each other. And then after that, I'll go for Logan Paul, AJ Styles. I feel like only because I feel like Logan, well, to be fair, unless he beats Rey Mysterio to get into the chamber, I feel like Logan Paul's not going to be going after a title this WrestleMania anyway, because he just lost the US one after last WrestleMania. So I feel like obviously Logan Paul's fought Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. That was a banger match. I feel like if he had a match with AJ Styles, it'd be the similar type, where it'd be like just a good match. It doesn't need to be for a title or anything like that.
It'll just be a good back and forth and stuff like that. Yeah,
something, and like two really good wrestlers. And I feel like it's a type of match where I don't know who I'd rather win, to be honest. I probably want AJ Styles to win if I had to choose. But I feel like it'd be one of them where when you watch the WrestleMania back, it's like another match where Logan Paul's had an absolute banger yet again. So I feel like it'd be a good one to have, to be fair. Probably
as much as you hate him, he does perform like them.
Exactly. It's like you want to hate him, but then whenever he enters the ring, you're like, fair enough.
Aye.
After that,
60-foot frog splash.
Yeah, exactly. I probably, again, this is similar to the women's tag. It could easily not be on WrestleMania. I might be on, say, the SmackDown before, the Raw before, but I'd say for the tag titles, I'm going to go for the War Raiders versus New Day versus Creed Brothers. I think, obviously, New Day, they've not had that match, the big match yet, but since they kicked Big A out of the group, they probably get the biggest reaction from fans, like from any tag team, I would say. Like the second they come out, they're getting booed. Creed Brothers had the thing on Raw where Chad Gable said he's going away for a bit and he wants to come back, and they've all got like tag team gold, and Ivy now to have the women's Intercontinental as well. And I feel like, obviously, when you watch War Raiders in NXT and Creed Brothers in NXT, they put on some of the best matches, so I feel like them two alone would be a good match. But at the same time, I feel like you can't leave New Day off WrestleMania with sort of like the new personality that they've got now. With, obviously, like I say, they probably haven't had this big of a reaction from crowds since maybe like 3 years ago. 2-3 years ago. So it feels like sort of, if there is a chance for them to get back into the tag title picture, it would be now. And I feel like them three would have a banger as well. This next one's a bit of a a dream one. Maybe unlikely, but I'm going to go EO. I'm going to put Alexa Bliss in just because Alexa Bliss. And Rhea for the women's world title. Obviously, no one knows where Alexa is going at the minute, whether it's SmackDown or Raw. Yeah. Again, if I'm hoping, I'm just going to say Raw, because I feel like that was where she's done her best work in the past, from like 2016, 17, 18, was when she was on Raw. So it'd be nice to see her back on there. And I feel like the story that they've started building with Io and Rhea, how she cost her the match, it might be sort of the start to like a rivalry between them now, because they've not had one either since, I want to say maybe 2 years ago now. And it'd be nice to see Io get back into the main title picture game rather than just tag team like she has been. But I feel like that'd be a good match. But again, I feel like it's a bit of a dream one asking for Alexa to be in it, but I can hope, I guess. But yeah, hopefully that one would be a triple threat. It'd be probably one of the better women's matches that we've seen as well, because it's three good wrestlers. And I felt everyone, they'd be quite torn between Rhea and Alexa, I'd say, but I'll have my preference of Alexa. But and then these two matches, it can probably be in any order, But I'm going to say, I think Jey Uso will pick Gunther. Obviously, he's just won the Royal Rumble Saturday, just gone. I think Jey Uso versus Gunther will be a better match than Jey Uso versus Cody. I think. I don't know if you think. Yeah, I don't know if you think the same, but just for the fact of it being like you'd have the whole stadium behind Jey Uso and the whole stadium against Gunther. Whereas if it's Cody, it's a bit split.
Aye, yeah, no, I know what you mean.
It sort of feel like how old wrestling, where it was like they'll be all on one person's side and totally against someone else. It would sort of have that feeling against it.
Aye, but Cody and Uso, it'll be split.
That's what I mean. Like everyone will be eating, but then everyone will be chanting for Cody as well. So I feel like it's a good split. I mean, that contradicts me night 2 main event, but whatever. But I feel like Jey Uso, the story that where Gunther was saying, like if he fights Jey Uso, it would add nothing to his legacy. I feel it's setting up the perfect thing of Jey Uso to then go and beat him, and it would just make it seem even better. It's like at WrestleMania 35, there was a whole thing of
just to rub it in his face, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Because I feel like that's Gunther's whole character, isn't it? Like talking down everyone, but then he ends up beating them anyway. Like he's already beat Jey at Saturday Night Main Event.
Like he'll not gain anything from beating Uso.
Yeah.
But then he's gaining nothing if Uso beats him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel like that'd be that's what I would want. Whether they could go obviously whoever wins the Chamber could fight Gunther as well. But I do think well, to be fair, as of when we're recording this, SmackDown's tonight. So because Jey Uso's on SmackDown tonight, he said, didn't he? So for all we know, he could end up choosing Cody Rhodes tonight. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But
I know Cody Rhodes is making an appearance as well.
I know, yeah. So whether obviously that's something that'll end up coming in the next couple of weeks. But if I was to pick, I'd definitely say Jey Uso versus Gunther, just to get that like the good feeling of Jey Uso coming out. I know everyone across the world would probably be behind him. I felt it'd be like a nice feeling, something that you never really get nowadays anyway.
Yeah.
And then again, if this match does happen, I'll say it has to be the main event, and it'd be Seth, Roman, and CM Punk, which is probably, it's one of them matches where it's like no one would have ever predicted it or guessed it, but the fact after everything that happened in the Rumble, it's looking likely that I feel like definitely Seth and Roman, but I feel like the fact Seth and CM Punk had the thing outside of the ring afterwards as well, I feel like there's going to be a way that all three of the stories sort of become interlocked, which I'm hoping, because that'll be one of them matches where I just sit back and just enjoy it. It wouldn't be like a case of I want them to win, It would just be like we're seeing it in the Royal Rumble where Seth entered, Roman entered, and CM Punk entered basically back to back, and everyone couldn't believe it. So then imagine that in the main event of WrestleMania. You'd be like,
and then they had the brawl after.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I feel like there's definitely something happening between Seth and Roman, but then there's also something between 100%. Seth and CM Punk. But then there's the whole thing of the fever, whatever that is, between Roman and CM Punk. I don't know. Obviously, don't know how on earth it's going to play out. But in a dream, night 1 is the main event. Let's say torn between Jey Uso and Gunther, but in a dream main event for me, just saying Seth, Roman, and CM Punk would just be ridiculous, because when the Shield started as well, they were initially brought in by CM Punk, so it could be all that story as well. A case of like CM Punk is technically like their mentor, and now they're all fighting against each other. It'd be ridiculous, I think. But I'd say if it was for me to choose, that'd be my night 1, and I personally it'd be for night 1 to start WrestleMania like that. I think it'd be perfect.
Just for people watching at home, we have no clue what each other has put. We've just basically come straight into it, wrote down who we think, and presenting it. Right, night 1 for me.
Go on.
I've started with the US Women's Piper Niven against Chelsea Green.
Nice.
Just
I've left that off my card.
Yeah, just because of Royal Rumble when Piper Niven eliminated Chelsea Green.
Yeah, no, it's definitely something brewing there. I don't know when it'll happen, but I think it will happen at some point, because it's definitely going to start brewing there for sure.
Yeah, it's got to. I feel like that match will start brewing a couple weeks before leading up to it.
Yeah, because if you think
obviously they haven't
SmackDowns?
seen each other. yeah, they haven't seen each other since the Royal Rumble, so I feel
True.
like in the SmackDown episodes,
True.
it'll boil up,
Yeah,
and there'll be a big story behind it.
Definitely.
Me second match, I've gone for Finn Balor and Carlito against War Raiders in a World Tag Team match.
Good show.
Just because, obviously, Judgment Day, War Raiders beat JD McDonough and Dominic Mysterio. So I feel like Finn, obviously, they brought Finn Balor back on the Rumble.
Yeah.
So I think him and Carlito will go up against them.
Yeah, because obviously JD McDonough nearly died on Raw. Just gone, so
Smacked
he's definitely
his head
going
off
to be
the table.
Punctured long, broken rib. He's definitely not fighting, so it's a good show. It's a good show.
Then, me third match, I've gone for the Women's Intercontinental between Lyra and Ivy Nile.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, 100%,
just
that's a good one.
Purely because of the build-up, and then obviously Ivy eliminated Lyra at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I think it's similar to that thing of, like I said, about the Creed brothers, when Chad Gable said he's going away. He said when he comes back, he wants them all to have gold. So I think that would be a good way to have, say, Alpha Academy, to have American made. Like making them a really big team, like a big faction. If Chad Gable comes back and all of them have tag team gold and singles gold, it'd be a good start for them, definitely.
Yeah. Right. Fourth match, I've gone for another tag team match, but women's. I've gone for Bianca and Naomi against B-Fab and Michin.
Yeah, they seem like they're tag, like B-Fab and Michin, like they're forming a tag team, definitely.
Yeah. Just obviously the build-ups and stuff like that, how they've been having like one-on-ones. I know Michin's had like the one-on-one with Chelsea Green and stuff like that.
Yeah, true. Like you said though, she's lost all them, so it seems like she might be out the picture, which sort of leads to your first one of Peyton Niven, Chelsea Green. It seems like the next thing for Chelsea Green is Peyton Niven. So I feel like tag team for them is quite good actually.
Yep. And then me fifth match is I've gone for a ladder match for the men's United States Championship. So I've got Shinsuke.
Nice. Yeah.
I've got Fatu, Jimmy Uso, Braun Strowman, Drew McIntyre, and Damian Priest.
That'd be phenomenal. Both of the US ladder matches.
I've went more down the route of obviously you see is to have it first because you feel like WrestleMania is good when you kickstart with a ladder match. I feel like I've built it up to the ladder match.
Yeah. Well, like you said, they did that last year though, didn't they, with the tag team one? They had it sort of in the middle, and it was a class match still. So, it's a good idea, definitely.
And then I feel like obviously it could have went both ways for main events.
Yeah.
So, but I've went with Charlotte Flair against Tiffany.
Yeah, definitely.
For match 6. But obviously Charlotte Flair, Tiffany, I think everybody just wants to say that.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Like, there's not much to say. Obviously, she's came back. She's won the Royal Rumble. She's had that belt before. She wants it back.
Yeah, definitely.
And then, so my last one for the main event, Uso against Gunther.
Yeah, I think that's a match everyone wants to see, isn't it? Now, after the build-up on Raw.
Yeah, 100%.
You can guarantee after SmackDown tonight, he'll have something to do with Cody. We'll say we want him versus Cody now. That's how it goes on when it's leading up to WrestleMania every time.